Hello everybody, welcome back to English class. Today we will go for one of the grammar topics commonly confused words under vocabulary item. This is in your second year syllabus. Let me share the PowerPoint. See, commonly confused words comes under vocabulary. See, what is commonly confused words? Words often we get confused about their meanings, and sometimes they may be pronounced in similar way but different in meaning. There may be some spelling difference, but we do not care about it. So that's the reason why we are unable to use a proper word at proper place. So we will get confused thinking that some other word is suitable for the right one. So that way, commonly confused words is a very common topic under vocabulary, and one need to get see good acquaintance with the words and their meanings, and should know the difference between one word with the other, so that good vocabulary can be used properly. Both the words you may be knowing, but at what place what should be used and what is their meaning and what is the difference in them, one should be aware of it. So let us take a few examples. Then later we will go for the exercise that is given in our textbook. So before that, we will have some understanding about the commonly confused words. We will check the common confused words. For example, if you take accept and accept, see both are having almost the CEPT. These almost many letters are the same, but there is a difference in the meaning. When you say accept, accept means either approve, admit, or say yes to something. That is what we call accept. So we use accept in the meaning of approve, admit, or saying yes to something. And what is accept? Accept means without that. That means excluding that, or else apart from that. So accept and accept. I accepted his proposal. That means I approved his proposal. I know English except some other language. When you say accept means without that. Likewise, say accept and accept are the words we should know the difference between them. Look at admit and join. Admit and join seems to be similar, seems to be synonymous, but there is a difference in using them. So when you say admit, admit is nothing but admit is to allow or to acknowledge. I admitted my mistake. That means I have accepted my mistake or I acknowledged my mistake. And what is joining? Joining will be naturally joining a course, joining a company. So already existing one, you are also becoming a member of it. That is what we call joining. That means interconnect, or else we are combining one with the other. That is what we call joining, or to meet somebody or to join the company of somebody. So to come in company with something or somebody. So that is what we call it as join. Admit is acknowledging or allowing the things, whereas joining is combining or meeting or interconnecting with other. That's a difference between admit and join. Then look at awful and awesome. Awful is nothing but the meaning of awful is bad or terrible, or it may cause fear in the people. So that is what we call awful. Awful means bad, terrible, or causing fear. But what is awesome? Awesome is something different. So almost totally a different perspective will come across. Awesome is excellent. We say with great excitement that, oh, awesome. Awesome means it's excellent or remarkable, something to be taken notice of. So that is awesome. And awful is bad or terrible and causing fear. Then we have beside and besides. Beside means by the side of. Besides means in addition to. Beside is nothing but close to or next to. whereas besides means except for or in addition. For example, his house is beside uh, the temple. He knows Telugu besides English and Hindi. So when you say besides, in addition to, we use the word besides in the meaning of in addition to, and we use beside in the meaning of by the side of. So that is the difference between beside and besides, and only we are adding s to it. So sometimes students will get confused what is beside and what is besides. Okay, make it clear. And all these confused words, once you start using in your own language, making sentences of your own, then observing them carefully, you will come to know, you will get a mastery over it. So good vocabulary is this, using vocabulary in the right way we should know. Then we have break and break. Both are pronounced in the same way, but one break is brake. Break is a device for stopping brake. That means, for example, if you are running a motorbike, so that is what we call a device for stopping. And another break is to destroy or make into pieces. He broke. We have break, broke, broken. So that's the verb form. So break is what you are destroying it or making into pieces. That is what we call breaking. So brake break is destroying. Brake is a device for stopping. Of course, in the first line, that break the end of break should come in the second line. It was wrongly placed there. So break, brake, break is nothing but a device for stopping, whereas break is nothing but to destroy or make into pieces. We have similarly we have the another two words called complement and complement. So the spell, there is only one small letter is changing. In the first word complement we have compli, whereas in the second letter we have complement. That means instead of I we used e. complement, complement is nothing but something that completes. Okay, then what is complement is nothing but praise. One is completeness and the other is the praise. So my compliments to you. When you say, that means you are praising somebody or you are flattering somebody. So that is compliment. complement is praise and flattering, whereas complement is something that completes. We have two kinds of dice. One is DIE and the other is DYE. As you all aware that DIE is nothing but death or to lose life, or one of a pair of a dice also we call it as a die. Okay, and what is the second one? DYE, die is nothing but about the color. We say hair dye. That means the color of the hair. To change or add color, we call it as dye, or dyeing the see what you call material. So dye means giving it a color or adding it to a color, or sometimes changing it the color of the substance. But whereas DIE, dye is losing the life, and it is used in the meaning of death. Similarly, we have two kinds of diaries. We have DAIRY and DIARY. Here, AI is written in a different way in diary, DIA. AI becomes IA. That is only the difference. And both are pronounced in the same way, almost similar. So diary or diary, both are same, and students will often get confused about their spelling. Okay, so here you can use a mnemonic device also when you are remembering see certain words. Okay, the mnemonic device is like when you write DIARY, dear, I, always, right? Remember you, that means that way your diary can be remembered. A DIARY is nothing but the personal journal. That means whatever you write down, your say timetable or your own book, your own things, and you are noting in the form of a journal. That is what we call DIARY, diary. But whereas DAIRY is a diary, like milk diary, where place where milk products are processed. So this is what we call diary. DAIRY and DIARY. So similarly, we'll go through some of the words. Hair, hair, and hair. The first one, HEIR, hair, is nothing but a successor or one who inherits. That is what we call heir. A legal heir, we say. A legal heir means one who is a successor for all the property and all that. We say a legal heir or inherits. And HERE, hare is an animal similar to rabbit. It's not actually rabbit, but it belongs to the same species, but it has big ears, right? And the color of the hair is also little say darker than the rabbit. So a kind of animal similar to rabbit is a HARE, hare. Of course, you remember the story of hare and tortoise, isn't it? Then the other word is hair, as you all aware, a slender outgrowth on your head. That is what you call hair. So HEIR is a successor. HARE, hair, is an animal similar to rabbit, and HEIR, hair, is a slender outgrowth over your head. That is the normal hair. Okay. Then we have the word called illicit and illicit. Illicit is an adjective that means illegal or unlawful. We call it as illicit relations. Okay. Illicit means unlawful or illegal relations. That is what we call illicit. It's an adjective. And what you call elicit? Elicit means to draw forth some information or to evoke. To elicit certain information, you have given say some corporal punishment to somebody else. Usually, police people will do. So elicit is to draw forth or evoke or getting the information from the sources. That is illicit. Uh, so illicit is unlawful or illegal, whereas illicit is to draw forth or to evoke. Okay. Then we have two words called stationary and stationary. STATIONARY is there and STATIONERY is there. Stationary means not moving or not movable or a fixed or still. Okay, that is stationary. That means whatever is not moving, whatever is at the rest place or at the rest place, we call it as stationary. It's not movable or fixed. That is what we call stationary. NARY. Then STATIONERY, stationary, is writing material. That is about paper or envelope. How do you remember? I remember that A should come first when it is in the rest. Then only it gathers momentum and moves. So the next letter is E. This way, some mnemonic device I'm using. So stationary is rest place. Stationary, NERY, is writing material like paper, envelope, and all that is what we call stationary. We say books and stationery. That means all writing material or writing related material. You will be getting like paper, pencil, envelopes, see what you call pens and all that. These are what we call writing materials. So don't get confused. NERY you have to write when you are talking about books and stationery. And when you want to say about something is not moving, then you should say stationary, NERY. Okay. Then go for the other word, story and story. So what is the difference between the first one and second one? Only RY is in the first see word, REY is in the second word. One story you know very well, that is fiction, or it may be real or it's a fictional event. That is what we call a story, isn't it? And STOREY is, we say it is multi-storied building or at the fourth story. That means for story is nothing but a floor level in the building is what we call a story. See 16 story building. That means it is having 16 floors. So this is the difference. So in spell both are pronounced in the same way, but there is a change in the spelling and don't get confused. Then we have two kinds of tails, TAIL and TALE. Everybody knows about TALE. TALE tail is nothing but a story or an account of something, of any incident or narrating some activity is what we call a story. That is what we call a tale. But whereas TAIL tail is the rare structure of an animal. That means animals have normally tails. Some animals have tail, isn't it? That is the tail, TAIL. We have one more word with us, that is facilitate and felicitate. Facilitate, we have CILI, whereas felicitate, FELICITATE. What is facilitate and what is felicitate? We know facilitate is what we call to make easy or help bring about. That means you are facilitating for the people. That means you are making all arrangements so that they can easily join with you. That is facilitation. Then what is felicitation? Felicitation is usually when somebody achieves something, we felicitate. That means we congratulate them on their success. So when you're offering flower bouquets, garlands, even gifts, or even the best wishes that you are offering, so these are what we call felicitation. Okay. So we also have felicitation functions, right? Felicitate means congratulate or appreciate over the success achieved, whereas facilitate is means making it easy or help bring about the changes. You are making some changes to happen, to make it happen an event or a thing, isn't it? Then we have both words famous and notorious. Both words are known for famous only. That means well known only. When you say famous, it is well known. What is notorious? Notorious is nothing but it is also famous, but it is famous for negative. That means infamous and something negative they are known for. So famous, notorious, you have to use very carefully. There is some discrimination in this. Famous is positive, whereas notorious is a negative one. So don't get confused. Use proper word. We have three words: tire, tire, and tire. TIER and TARE and TYRE. TIER, tire means one who ties, isn't it? See, TIRE, tire is to become weary or sleepy. He was tired, we say. I'm very much tired. That means I'm so much, see, weary. That means I've lost all patience and I feel sleepy. We say tired. I'm tired, we say. And TYRE is nothing but it's a protective cover around a wheel. So that is what we call tire. We say a car tire, a vehicle tire. So TYRE is a vehicle tire or a protective cover around a wheel. But whereas TIER is one who ties. TIRE is to become weary and sleepy. So this is the difference between tire and tire. Look at the word valet and valet. VALET, valet is a personal assistant. That means we have valet parking, male or female companion who looks after, see, such things like opening the gates, parking the cars, and taking will be helping you in performing your task. So those things we call it as valet. Okay. But what is valet? WALLET. Valet is a kind of small purse, a small case for keeping money or cards, like visiting cards or your debit cards, credit cards, PAN cards, whatnot, whatever we keep in our money pocket, that is what we call a wallet. Then we have two kinds of weather, WEATHER and WHETHER. WEATHER, weather is environment, something related to environment. So it is a very, see, broad term. Weather is a very broad term related with environment. But whereas WHETHER, weather is to draw attention to alternatives. That means whether you like it or not, whether you come or not. So what we are doing is we are making the alternatives. When you are see making alternatives and drawing the attention of people, we use the word whether and whether. Okay. Then we have two words, principle and a principle. So what is principle? Both are pronounced in the same way. Principal, P-R-I-N-C-I, principal is the chief or head of the institution, and whereas a principle is a rule or law or characteristic. The principal idea means the main idea or the the characteristic one. So there is a lot of difference when you're talking about. Okay, so principal is a head, and when you write PAL is a head, PLE is about a rule or a law or some kind of characteristic. So principal judge also we can use. Then quiet and quiet. We have two kinds of quiet, QUIET and QUIT. We can say I'm quite well. That means I'm totally well. You can say keep quiet. Quiet means becoming silent. That means QUIET is an absence of noise or activity, isn't it? We use in the noun form. But the second one, QUITE, quite means to a degree or to an extent. To completely, we sometimes use in the sense of complete. So to a degree or to an extent. So I'm quite well. When you say I'm quite well, that means you are almost well. You are 100% well are mostly well, isn't it? So when you say QUITE is complete, but whereas when you use QUIET is about see silence or the absence of the noise or an activity. He kept quiet. When you say he kept quiet means he doesn't do anything. He's not doing any activity. Okay. So this way, the words and their differences, if you are knowing, most of the time, both words you will be knowing, but you may be difficulty in say using them. You may get confused whether to use that word or this word. So if you are thorough with the meaning, then you can easily use them in a right way. But all this needs great practice. That means you have to be very careful when you are using. Even while reading also, when you come across certain words, go for its spelling and see, remember, so that you will not get confused when you are using in other places. So here is a exercise from your textbook. So here dashes are there, and two options are given to you. Out of the two alternatives, you have to select the suitable one. When you look at the question number one, the first question is you have made fewer mistakes this time. Whether you want to use less or fewer, we say fewer mistakes. When it is countable 1, 2, 3, use fewer, and less is for see quantity. The sun rises in the east, whether it is raises or rises. Rises is coming, or come. The sun rises in the east, as we know. What is raises? RASES? Then that means bring up. Raises means bring up. So the sun rises in the east. RASES is right answer. The park is by the lake. We have three kinds of bys here: BUY, by, and BYE. As you know, by the lake we use by means here we are talking about by the side of the lake. That means the place we are talking about. So the first one BUI buy is nothing but see buying something. That means purchasing something. BY is by the side of, and BYE is nothing but saying Tata bye bye, isn't it? Then the fourth one is the scheme has lost its purpose. When you are using apostrophe over it, that means it is about the possession. But here the scheme has lost its purpose. So we don't use apostrophe over it. What is the principal objective of your research? Just now you have come across principal and principal. So what is principal objective means the main objective. Okay. Then a tie is a perfect complement to a suit. So whether it is complement or complement we have to use. Practice well so that you don't lose the match. LOSE is there, LOSE is there. So practice well when you, so that you don't lose the match. Most drugs have side effects, right? Effect and affect are two different things. Affect means you will have the impact of it. The effect is, so you will get, when you say most drugs have side effects, means it has its own effect, and that means it has its own result over something. Affect means you got affected with it. That means you have been influenced by that activity. That is affect. A little knowledge is a dangerous thing. Don't say little. A little means some knowledge. When you say without using a, when you say little knowledge, almost no knowledge at all. So always use a little. Then an introduction should precede the presentation. We have two words, proceed and precede. Proceed means continue, whereas precede means should take first. An introduction should precede the presentation. Before giving the presentation, we have to introduce. So where should be the introduction? Introduction should come before the presentation. That is what we call precede. Precede means before, whereas PROCEED, proceed means see continue. Then the captain's decision met with much dissent. Dissent, and dissent. Okay, one dissent is not agreeable. The second thing is DESENT, descent. That means coming down. DECENT, decent means looking fine. So the right answer should be DISESSENT. Then we have the 12th question. The violent child was taken to a counselor. COUNCILLOR is there. COUNSELLOR is there. COUNCILLOR is the name of a post. That means your municipal councillor. Okay. That means COUNSELLOR is nothing but counselor. That means one who gives you guidance and counseling. So the violent children was taken to a counselor. 13th question is, the case needs further investigation. Here we have two words. One is farther, the other is further. That means when you say farther, that far is nothing but distant. Farther means to a greater distance. The other one is further. Further means the next. So the case needs the next investigation. In the meaning of next investigation, we are using further. See, farther is something we are talking about the distance where you are away from a long distance or something. The 14th one is, I liked the latter part of the film. LATTR is later, LATTR is latter. That means the next part of the film. Even students should have access to a good library. We have access and access. Access means approachability. You can easily approach to library. So every student should have an access to a good library. That means an approachability to a good library. But what is excess? Excess means what is something in addition to the in addition to. That means whatever is in excess means see, that is more than what we require. So access and excess are two different things. Access means having facility to reach, whereas excess is more than what we have. In your text you are given the exercise number 2, wherein you have to choose the right word from the box given to you. So from the box you have to see, the box is given in red color. From this you have to select the suitable word. What are the words that you just go through it? The number 1 is accept and accept, we have just covered. Lead and led, one is led, okay, LEAD, and one is the led. That means we have one word with the leader, the other word with the material. Historic and historical, Formerly and formerly. Formerly means previous. Formerly means generally. We have already and already. Already means it's already see it already taken place. It took place. Already means everything is ready. We have another word quiet and quiet. Just now we have come across. So here in the sentences, dashes are given and you are supposed to pick up the right one from the boxes. And I have given you the answers here. I have already filled up the with the right answers. But in your textbook, the dash is given. You have to select the suitable one and to fill up. Okay. So anyhow, I'll be explaining them why we have to use that. So if you look at the first one, before the bell rang, students were all ready to go home. That means every student got ready to go home. That means all students got ready to go home. That's why we use the word all ready. When you say all ready to go home means the thing has not so far happened, isn't it? So we have to write all ready. Then, if you look at the second one, Chennai was formerly known as Madras. So, formerly we are using the word Formerly. Formerly means earlier. That means before it was called as Chennai, the city was called as Madras, isn't it? So, formerly it is a farmer name. Okay. See farmer head we say, farmer prime minister we say, isn't it? That means previous, earlier or previous. Okay, so it's not formally but it is formerly. That means in the meaning of previous. He discovered some historical records during his research. See, we have used the word historical records, right? Records is the noun and the historical records we are using in adjective form. Okay, so he discovered some historical records during his research. Instead of historic, we use the historical records. I don't think he will accept the invitation. We have two words, accept and accept. Accept means, see, agreeing, whereas accept means without that. I don't think he will accept the invitation. That means he is agree with the invitation. He will take the invitation. So he will accept the invitation is the right answer. Then if you look at the fifth one, I have already eaten, so I am not hungry now. So the activity is already over. That means I have already eaten. So eating is over. That's why we use the word already. Already means previous only. So we say I have already eaten, not already. So I have already eaten, so I am not hungry now. Look at the sentence number one with the number five. Compare with number one and number five. In number one, all are ready, but here only the activities over previously. So we say I have already eaten, so I am not hungry now. Look at the sixth question. I like all books except the badly written ones. We have again the word accept and accept. We can't say accept, isn't it? So how can you see accept the badly written ones? Except this, I like all other books. So I like all books except the badly written ones. Now look at the seventh question. Now you can find pencils without lead, isn't it? LED lead is the past form of the lead. That means we use in the word of in the sense of leader, but here lead is the material, a kind of material, carbon material that is used in the pencil. Now you can find pencils without lead. The exercise is quite easy. We have two kinds of quite. If you look at the last two words in the box, we have QUITE and QUIET. So one QUITE is complete, whereas QUIET is the silence. So when you look at the seventh question, the eighth question, your answer should be the exercise is quite easy. That means the exercise is so easy. Okay, 100% easy, very easy in the sense we use. The singing of the peace treaty was a historic event. So, what kind of event it is? It is a historic event because it is something should be written in the history. That means people at a later stage will remember this event. That's why we used historic event. The signing of the peace treaty was a historic event. Maybe after a long tense situations, maybe war, both parties have entered into a peace treaty, and that is going to create a history in both of the countries, so that see it may be considered as historic event. Then if you look at the 10th question, writers need a quiet place to write. That means writers need a silent place to write, because that is very essential for them to pay attention, to work on their memory. See, in a good mood, they are supposed to write. So quiet place is essential. So we use the word QUIET instead of QUIT. Then look at the 11th one. Gurgaon was formerly renamed Gurugram in 2016. Formally means in a general way is renamed as so and so. So if you look at formerly question number 2 and question number 11, if you compare, formerly means previously. Gurgaon was formally renamed Gurugram, means that means the name is changed or formally changed to this. Then if you look at the 12th one, the captain led from the front. That means the led. That means the captain is the leader of the their own troop, and the captain led from the front. Maybe even in the sports also, the captain is the leader. So leader should be first. So from the front, he has to lead. That means he has to take all responsibilities, and take the team along with him, or the troop along with him. So the captain led from the front. Instead of LEAD, we are using LED. LED is the material, but whereas LED is the verb form, that is the past form of the lead. So this way, the word seems to be very similar, with some small spelling change or some pronunciation change. In most of the time, pronunciation will also be the same, but there is a difference in the spelling. Sometimes we are combining the words and we are splitting the word, like already and already. So it is so sensitive that you must get acquainted with all these little things, the changes, little see information that you need to be carefully learn. So by practicing them continuously, then you can get this, you get mastery over this. And vocabulary, as you know, English is full of words and words. So when you are improving your vocabulary, see whatever you have learned, when you learn it in a proper way, that will help you. So the advice for you is, whatever the new word that you have learned, learn its spelling, its meaning, and at the same time what kind of part of speech it is, whether it is a verb or adjective or a noun, and some usage. So put into practice. That means construct the sentences of your own and put them into practice, so that the word will become yours. There are two kinds of vocabulary. One is the passive vocabulary, the other is the active vocabulary. That means by just knowing the word is not enough. If you are putting into practice, then it becomes active vocabulary. So how much of passive vocabulary you have, it doesn't matter, but how much of active vocabulary that you are having. That means how many words that you can use in everyday language with right precision is very, very important. So in vocabulary learning, so pay attention for its spelling, its grammatical aspect, its meaning and all that, so that you can also compare such words with the most similar words and get the distinction between both of them, so that you will not get confused. So these are what we have, some commonly confused words that we have just come across, but there are many. So better consult your say Google or some other books, some grammar books or some other say vocabulary books you should consult, or else when you are see encounter going through your text, uh, wherever you come across the words, so pay attention. So when you see them critically, then these things will be taken care of. So with these words, let me conclude today's class. Wish you all the best.